My name is DavisWave or Wave, and I'm the IGL of the team. I've IGL'd my whole career in Apex, and that's, pretty much my role, just the IGL.
I'm gonna go ahead and segue because you started talking about IGLing for most of your career in Apex. When did your career in Apex start?
I mean, I played the game since day one, and I think it was like ALGS got announced like the very end of 2019, and so I swapped to PC. And so yeah, basically probably the very end of 2019 is when I started competing.
So I asked Stomps about how early comp Apex was, and I remember him saying that it was from like you were in a Discord server, you had a Discord bot countdown. Tell me, what was the ups and like what was the lowest of lows for competitive Apex, and what was the highest of highs for you?
So like it took me about a year and a half before I kind of like placed pro or whatever. So pretty much, yeah, I mean, just worked my way up. Kind of, made myself or name for myself, got picked up, placed well at champs, and then that propelled me into pro league. And I guess kind of like after my first year in pro league, so it was like the end of the 2022 season, I guess is kind of like my lowest point when I didn't qualify to get back in the league. Then I started like coaching and didn't really know what I wanted to do. Didn't know if I wanted to stay in Apex. I've kind of like tossed that around quite a few times in the past, but ended up playing challengers with Trips, who's obviously he's on the team now. We dominated. We played really well. Then failed to qualify for pro league again this last split when we picked up rails. And then yeah, this last season kind of, I guess my lowest was kind of like that whole year time frame, but we're back up.
I would say now you're on a really big high because not only did you qualify for pro league, but you also qualified for the SoaR 25k tournament. I believe it's 25k.
Yeah.
I want to kind of get an idea of what your mindset was during that pro league qualifier, because I asked Stomps his opinion of it, and I kind of want to get your opinion of it since you were the shooter. Like, he was the one kind of in the call, I assume. You were the one actually calling the plays and stuff like that. What was your like were you nervous? Like, obviously you've done this a lot before, but like, what kind of put me in your mindset of that final game, like the last game before you guys like fully won and then fully qualified for pro league?
I kind of knew like halfway into that game that we had qualled, like, or not that we like qualled, but I guess I knew like I think we wiped like two teams, I think, and then at that point I knew like, okay, we got enough points this game, we're gonna stay afloat. And then I mean, I knew the tournament was either gonna end that game or the next one probably, because there were so many teams on match point. So yeah, I mean, pretty much our whole mindset throughout that tournament, or I guess like mine as a shot caller, I guess, was just focus on one zone at a time and just take it one step at a time, not try and think too much of like, oh, I need to get this many points this game, or have too much of a goal. Just kind of take things slow, one step at a time. And I mean, it worked. We had a lot of ups and downs. We were winning a game then getting 0 points, and winning a game getting 0 points, but just slowly but surely made our way up. And I think we tied for like third or something. So
I mean, I was watching towards like the very end. I think like 7 or 8 teams were on match point, so you guys locked in when you really needed to. For this SoaR tournament, do you have any sort of strategy? Like, is there any POIs that you're contesting, or are you guys kind of confident that no matter what POI you land at, you're gonna dominate?
I think right now for World's Edge specifically, we don't have a POI, but for like Storm Point, we still land down beasts, and for now at least we're planning on contesting that against anyone. We don't really care. We've contested it for like 8 or 9 months, so we're kind of numb to it. It is what it is. It's like, it's kind of, for us, it's like we load up Storm Point and we're expected to be contested. We're not thinking that we're going to get on and not be contested at Storm Point. That's kind of our mindset at this point. I mean, it's been, like I said, like 9 months, so we're down to challenge anyone. I mean, we don't really care. But yeah, like I said, World's Edge don't really have a POI yet, so we're still kind of figuring that out.
So I kind of want to ask, because obviously you guys are going to be playing a lot more tournaments. You guys are going to be playing a lot more scrims. Do you have like a pregame ritual, or like anything that you do to kind of like psych yourself up to get yourself in that mindset to play against some of the best?
Nah, not really. To be honest, I don't think I've really. Yeah, no, probably not. Probably never really done anything outside of just just getting on, warming up with the team.
I mean, that's respectable. Sometimes that's all you got to do. I know Stomp says that he likes to go and lift hardcore, and I'm kind of with him on that same boat because pre-workout's one hell of a thing. I do kind of want to go into more lighthearted questions. You're the IGL, so you know your players probably better than they know themselves, and you know how they like to chow stuff and all of that. Let's say tomorrow Apex adds like a quads mode, so it's the whole team, you three and then Stomps. Who is the first one to get blooded out of your 4 stack?
I mean, like who's most likely to get knocked?
Yeah,
Yes?
who's most likely to get knocked?
I think quads or not, it's always going to be trips every time.
I heard that because he just likes to full send everything because he comes from a Call of Duty background. That's the main reason. Which I come from a Call of Duty background.
We all have, yeah. Me, Rails, and Trips all compete in COD. So yeah, I mean, his thing, like he gets going, he just does so much damage, and then he doesn't like. I guess his thing is like sometimes he doesn't know when he's done enough damage to where like we can back him up, and he just keeps trying to do damage and damage. And sometimes he gets knocked for it. So
yeah,
that would probably be my thing.
Yeah, he needs to get heat checked.
Yeah.
I know that you guys are going into this new split with a new season. Do you think Alter is going to be like a big legend going forward, or do you think it's going to take a bit of time for her to fit into the meta?
I mean, it'll probably take some time because normally the meta takes a little while to. Right? It's not even that. It's really just like a lot of times when a new character drops, it tends to take time for teams to, I guess, either realize their full value to use it. Like, I mean, it depends. Like, for instance, SoaR came out, it was turbo broken, everyone played it, it got like a nerf, and then everyone stopped playing it when reality was actually still insanely busted. It's like, it depends. I mean, new character will drop, and yeah, like I said, sometimes people just don't really see the value in it. Personally, I don't think it's a good character, but we'll see. There's always teams like Aurora, for instance, that'll they'll pick Lifeline and nobody else will, and then people will see actually how good the value is from it. So we'll see. I'm sure there'll be some teams playing her.
Yeah, I'm not going to try and speak on legend composition because while I play a lot of Apex and I watch a lot of competitive, I have a lot going on like at my computer already. Whenever it comes to, I guess, the new map changes, Broken Moon, obviously I didn't get to ask Stomps this question. Do you think that map is now going to be more fun to play competitively? Is it going to be more balanced? Because I've seen the map changes. It looks really good and it plays very good from what I've heard.
I mean, I personally, I feel like probably the best 2 competitive maps right now would be Stormpoint and Broken Moon. I think like Broken Moon went from, in my opinion, the worst, absolute worst map to now like it could honestly even be better than Stormpoint. Honestly, I'm not like, I mean, it got a ton more loot, it has more POIs, and they removed some of the zip rails, so that map definitely got a lot better.
I'm so glad that they decided to rework that map because I'm gonna sound like a dumbass, but I didn't mind Broken Moon when it had the zip rails because everyone I play with, they just go pop a evac tower, go pop a evac tower, go. If you guys do win that tournament, are you gonna save your money? Are you gonna ball out? Are you gonna go to the club? Like what is Waves gonna do with his prize winnings if you guys win that SoaR tournament?
Saving it no matter what. I say, gotta save all of it. So
I respect the hell out of that, brother.